Hey, what is going on, you guys? My name is Rayge, and we are back today with a Cosmic Crucible overview video here in regards to my last couple weeks, but as well the teams that I've been using on defense and offense. And as you can see here, guys, I've been doing very, very good for the last couple weeks, just because of the fact that I've been able to actually bring up my ranking now to plateau. Nothing to scream home about, but definitely seeing some success, and it's great to be able to utilize this and share this. So hopefully this video can help you guys. And keep in mind, guys, typically in my Cosmic Crucible bracket, whenever I am competing against my fellow competitors there, I am typically the lowest TCP out of everyone. So it just makes it interesting when I am when I'm able to get 2 or 3 wins with the lowest TCP. It's all about min and maxing the best efficiencies in terms of the offensive teams used, but as well as best use of defense as well. So that way you can pull away your opponent teams that you want them to target. So having said that, guys, we got the 3 battles here for the week. It went super smooth, but again, I want to showcase for you guys what works and what doesn't. And again, this is plateau, so obviously if you guys are in higher rankings, it may not be applicable, but I'll keep progressing and seeing how far I can go in the season, and definitely keep you guys updated. Having said that, let's start off with my defense here. I mean, this defense has been pretty rock solid, to be honest, for the last few weeks here. Doing very good because it pulls away a good mixed match of offensive teams. My room 1 obviously is super beefy because of Super Scroll. If you guys do not have Super Scroll, I think having Apocalypse in there is a good slot in placement. Room 2 is kind of my mix mash random team that throws off my enemies. They just get confused about what to do, but essentially it's a combo, a dual dynamic of the Infestation with Black Widow and Big Time, followed by Phoenix, Apocalypse, and Shang-Chi, just doing work. They're all really good synergies, but they're all I'm just trying to capitalize on the room 2 bonus as well, tech and skill, but obviously there's a couple mutants there. My dev seed has really been, a rock wall in room 3. We got Infinity Watch being a smaller team, but they have great synergy, so I put them in room 4, Unlimited X-Men room 5, and then finally round things off with Gamma in room 6. And this defense has been working really well. You'll see how the attacks go. So we'll start off, we have the 3 wins here. We'll start off from the first win and work our way down to show you what has worked. But as well, this is going to give you an opportunity now to see how I approach my offense and which teams that I utilize for that. And it's definitely been a learning process for sure, because I'm keeping track of what teams work and what don't. And during this time as well, we built up some raid teams, which has definitely been very rewarding for sure, and has added another edge and option for us to utilize. So I've hit results here. So maybe I'll start with my attacks first, because I just broke down my defense. You can see how my defense is afterwards. So attack 1, typically I like my Masters of Evil usually for the best team that I'm going up against, especially if it's room 1. So Bifrost, to be honest, they're just so easy with Masters of Evil. So you can see it's a huge punch up, but they just make short work. You don't need a very powerful Masters of Evil, so as long as your Kang is built up, as you can see, and you'll be seeing that trend moving forward here. Room 2, I saw that we were up against a Pegasus. They're pretty beefy, so I did punch down with my Darkhold, but they're a pretty safe team, and I did see that I still had some offensive weapons to utilize as well. So this is a pretty strong option. Again, my Darkhold, though, usually I do prefer mirror matching them if I can, just because Darkhold against Darkhold is ideal, and they're probably one of my best offense teams right now, just because most of my good teams are on defense. We have room 3 here. Definitely gave me a headache here. So Gamma Dormammu was actually really good. I brought in my new warriors, mixed in with Val, Kestrel, and Omega, just to try to inflict some ability block crowd controlling. Didn't get the job done, but we were able to at least do a huge meaningful dent, and then clean up here with my random hodgepodge of Gary 8, 17, and 18 characters. Dr. Doom, Nova were definitely notable mentions, but it was pretty easy to clean up, to say the least. Stage 4 here, easy. Finally utilizing my my Superior 6 team that I'm slowly building up. 700k punch up against New Avengers. I mean, my goodness, they're just gonna be completely destroying this mode. And you can see here, although New Avengers is a good war team, obviously they're not great on defense. So you can see even with Superior 6 punch up 300k, it's like nothing for them. Stage 5, pretty easy here. I saw that my opponent was using a historically dated team. Rebirth easily cleaned this up if you have them built up as a raid team. And then last but not least, mirror match here. I saw that there was a huge opportunity with Tangle Web and Eternals, and I figured, hey, why not? I have a better version of this team. Sometimes when I'm not sure, I just go ahead and use a mirror match, and it can easily get the job done. So that's my offense, guys, for the first battle. Let's talk about defense now. What worked, what didn't. So Gamma, surprisingly, I was surprised my opponent had issues with this, because Gamma's a pretty clear-cut way to get through now that it's been in the game for quite some time. I feel like it's been in the Room 6 for, the last 2 Cosmic Crucible seasons, right? But yeah, anyways, it looks like definitely don't use Nowhere. They were trying to sack a couple times, then they brought in, obviously, the Underworld team, and then followed by finally the new Warriors. I think new Warriors probably could have got the job done with one shot, but clearly they haven't faced Gamma teams before, so that could have been definitely an issue. Stage 5, pretty easy here. I think Masters of Evil is like the go-to for Limited X-Men if you have them, or New Warriors. So it made sense that they utilized that team against mine. Easy one-shot there. And then nice to see some footage of some other folks using Superior 6, so they can easily clean up Infinity Watch here. This is definitely good to know. Stage 3. Again, this was kind of has been the surprise too. Ever since I brought up my mutant team for Incursion 2, they have been very, very rock solid. I mean, their defense is just amazing. And in Stage 3, when they have reduced energy, they can just do really quick work. So my opponent had to use a sack, and then they finally cleaned things up, punching down with a Death Seed. But this is going to be a trend you'll see going forward. This is just such a good defense. Absolutely love it. We got Stage 2 here, finally. Again, I love the fact that it's just a random team, so that my opponent just has to guess. They threw in some of these Asgardians, and then cleaned up with Unlimited X-Men. Wasting 2 teams for 1 is just absolutely beautiful for me. And again, Crucible is all about efficiency. And then lastly, guys, my top fort defense here. I always expect my opponents to have multiple attacks. So you can see they sacked with Darkhold and APOC, and then still found out to bring in Secret Defenders. And this is just such a good team on defense, guys. And again, if you don't have Skrull, obviously, you can still bring in Apocalypse. And I heard Noir is a really good one to bring in as well for the defensive aspect. That concludes round 1 here, guys. Okay, round 2. So similar story though. I always like to use my Masters of Evil for the best team, so seeing how big this Gamma was, I really wanted to take advantage of it. So that was sitting in room 1, and with the Striker Iso-8s on them, it was just beautiful. Omega Red was some additional crowd controlling just in case, and as you can see, easy one shot. Stage 2, I started utilizing this more because I built up my Pegasus, but I think they're just such a good team against Infinity Watch if it's on defense, so easy there. Obviously, my characters are lower level, so there's a risk, obviously, they can get taken down. Stage 3, against this mix mash of Rebirth plus Doggok, so pretty easy. I did the same thing, except I did bring in Eternals with Val just to switch things up a bit. I think this was the last attack I did, so I was basically just putting in whatever strong offensive options I had left. Superior 6 against Young Avengers, nothing to say here, just easy. I love using Superior 6 against these teams where you can just know it's guaranteed wins, and as I'm slowly building them up and experimenting. And then we see this Death Seed example here on defense, and surprisingly, I wasn't, to be honest, I wasn't expecting to get the one shot, but it was nice that we did. So Tangle Web plus New Warriors worked really well for this one in room 5, so that's definitely something I took note of. And then lastly, guys, Darkhold against Darkhold, and I figured I'd give myself some extra protection, so this can still work even if you're punching up here. And as you can see, each and every one of his characters were better, with the exception of my Nova. So everyone's Gear 18 looks like on his side, but still got the job done. And again, it's just great to see this value coming from a team that you can punch up on. Defensively, like I said, I don't expect folks to have issues with Gamma, so this is just an expectation to get one shot. It's pulling away a good team. So Secret Defenders being used on this, beautiful for myself. We got room 5 here, and Limited X-Men getting cleaned up by New Warriors. Like I said, this is the go-to usually if you're not using Masters of Evil. Unlimited X-Men utilized on my Infinity Watch, good stuff. Obviously, my opponent has a way better offensive options than myself because I use most of these teams on defense, but then it came down to efficiency, right? And once again, guys, my Death Seed proving to be an iron wall against my opponents, and I absolutely love this defense in Stage 3. So you can see they canceled, they just couldn't figure it out, then they sacked, and then finally they had to utilize the combined efforts of Undying, Dormammu, and Dr. Doom to clean up. So this is beautiful for me because this is textbook. You want them to use 3 attacks, and when they do, that just completely plummets their efficiency. We have my random team on defense here. I'm just gonna call them the random team because they're all over the place, and getting cleaned up with Eternals, some of their strong characters in Nova and Omega. So that was a good use of their characters there. And then lastly, guys, although, you know, like I said, I don't expect anyone to one-shot this, but they bring in the Masters of Evil APOC to at least do a meaningful dent, and then finally clean things up with some G18 characters plus Quicksilver and Castro. So yeah, it did the job, and again, got the win there because of, again, the efficiency. And that's what it's all about, guys. And then last but not least, hopefully you're getting used to this pattern here. But yeah, there's just been some really good consistency, which is really nice. I saw Bifrost again, so I did bring in my my new warriors mixed in with Tangle Web. Just making short work of this. I think I used my Masters of Evil elsewhere, hence why I have to use this team. But usually Masters of Evil would be used in room 1 for myself because of the striker. Easy cleanup of Pegasus against Infinity Watch. We saw this before. We got Darkhold Nova once again here cleaning up Gamma. Just a great synergy when you have that additional support from Nova in place of Scarlet Witch. I've been using that consistently, especially with him being a notable character. And then we have Eternals here, Doctor Doom, Deathpool, and Shuri here against Nowhere. I think this was like the last team I was up against. So yeah, Nowhere is just terrible on defense. You never want these guys on defense. They're just not good. Stage 5 here, Rebirth against Rebirth. I wound up them by bringing in Omega just to have that extra control. It was too bad that I lost my character, but keep in mind too, this was still a punch up, even though a couple of my characters are G18. And then lastly, this is probably what happened here. I saw how big of an Unlimited X-Men we were up against, so had to bring in my Masters of Evil, and huge punch up, almost 500,000. But like I said, Masters of Evil just does so well if you have Kang already built up. This has been still able to get the job done against these folks that have higher TCP than myself and bigger teams, so really happy to see that. Now, on to the fun games, guys. How did I win this? Stage 6. Defense here, again, Gamma getting taken out by Masters of Evil. That's beautiful for me because I really want to pull away this Masters of Evil team. I'm going to go just room 1 here because I think this kind of set the tone, to be honest, for the rest of the battle. And this, keep in mind, this is up against a player that already won twice and didn't realize he was going to lose to me yet. But yeah, he failed his Pegasus against me with 1 attack, then Invaders, the same thing. And then finally, he was able to clean up with his Secret Defenders and APOC, but he used a lot of teams, and that completely killed his efficiency. He probably realized it was a defeat at this point when he used these teams against my my room 1. Next up, we got stage 2. He canceled against it, just didn't know, right? I just love the pure confusion this team brings. And keep in mind, this is a player that won twice already with other folks. So this is someone that's pretty good and competent if they won twice in a row to combat with me. But as you can see, even this is confusing players with a higher competency level. Stage 3, they were able to get the one shot. This is how it gets done, right? If you do have a mirror match 1-on-1, it should be able to get the job done, but it just confuses folks because especially with FC being such a strong defense. So this was good to see that it does work, but do you want to take that risk and try to one shot if you can't, right? That's the thing. And then after that, guys, then this is what I mean. I think room 1 kind of played a tone because stage 4 he didn't attack, stage 5 he didn't attack, and that was a good game. Probably realized he lost from due to the efficiencies there, and that's a wrap for my 3 battles, guys. So hopefully you can get a sense of this. Like I said, this defense has been working exceptionally well for me, especially in Plat 2 as I work my way towards Plat 3 and beyond. But I'll keep you guys up to date. So far, so good. Thank you as always, and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If some of these defenses you're using or offensive options, always love to hear it back. I'll catch you guys in the next one.